Hi there, I'm Joanna Jenkinson. I'm a watercolor artist. In this short video, I will show you how to create a beautiful loose style watercolor pear. The loose style of watercolor means that you are just having fun, you're focusing more on the colors, you're enjoying the impression of the painting, and not focusing so much on getting all the details just right. So if you don't like your results at the end, you can just start over because this whole process will only take under 5 minutes. First, I'll tell you what exactly you need to get started, and then we will get painting. Let's go. I have here the supplies that I use, but you can feel free to use whatever you have. The exact products pictured here are listed below in the description of the video. So if you want to use exactly what I have, you can refer to that list. But briefly, I'll just tell you what you need to paint. You'll need watercolor paper. What I have in this picture is my Strathmore 400 series watercolor journal. And you'll also need a paper towel, a watercolor round brush, which is a brush with a pointed end, a palette or mixing area, a cup of clean water, a pencil, and watercolor paint in the colors brown, pink, green, and yellow. Before you paint, you'll want to mix up a few colors so that you'll have them on hand whenever you get started. To get started, mix up some yellow with your pink. You'll want two different mixtures, one that is very orange and one that is pink with just a touch of yellow. So on the top here I have the really orangey mixture, and then right below that I'll make a mixture that is very pink with a little bit of yellow. Then I'm going to make a yellow-green mixture. Just going to get some yellow paint, add that to my mixing tray, and then I'll pick up some of the green paint and mix that together. After you make your mixture, you can just check to see how you like the mixture. I want it to be a little more yellow, so I'm going to rinse out my brush and add a little bit more of the yellow. Then you'll want a mixture that is green and brown, and the reason why is that in nature you hardly ever see just true green. So adding a little bit of brown to the green makes your painting look a lot more natural. So I've just gotten some of my green, added to the mixing area, and then I'm taking some of my brown and adding that. This mixture seems a little bit dark brown to me, so I'm going to add a little bit more green. I still think it's pretty dark, so I'm going to get just a touch more green, and let's see how that looks. With that extra green, that is perfect. Start by drawing a simple outline of a pear. To do this, just draw a small half circle, and then underneath that, draw another more stretched out half circle that faces the opposite direction. Then load your brush with some of your pink and yellow mixture. Use this mixture to add some color to the top left side and middle right side of the pear. Then add some of your orange mixture to the paint to give it some color variation. Then rinse out your brush and dry it on your paper towel, and load your brush with some of your green and yellow mixture. Use that color to paint in the rest of your pear shape. Allow the two colors to touch, and don't worry if the paint mixes or slides around. That is totally normal with watercolor paint. Now, without rinsing out your brush, load your brush with some of your orangey pink mixture. These colors will mix together, and now you will be able to create a transition area between the pink and green paint. You can make this area as big as you want. If you want more of your pear to be green, you can just add a small amount of that paint to the outline of the pink area. Now rinse out your brush completely and dry it on your paper towel. You will use this dry brush to lift out some of the pink paint. This will create some highlights on your pear. With the dry brush, lift the pink paint off of the middle right side of the pear, right where the shape of the pear bulges out, and then lift paint off of the top left of the pear. While the paint is still very wet on the page, you can gently move it around to make sure you have some highlights and some shadow areas. To paint your leaves, rinse out your brush, load it with some of your green-brown mixture, and use the tip of your brush, drag it gently across the paper, press down, and then lift up. This will create a nice long leaf shape. The leaf shapes you just painted are actually just half of the leaf. You can create a highlight effect by painting another lighter leaf shape on top. To paint the top half, rinse out your brush and load it with your yellow-green mixture. Working from the outer end of the leaf on the left, use the same leaf painting motion as before. Make sure you finish your brush stroke right where the darker leaf shape ends, then make the highlight top half of your other leaf. To make your last leaf, use your leaf painting motion. Then when you lift up, just drag down and you'll make a nice little stem to your leaf. Then get your darker green mixture and create the lower, darker half of your leaf. To paint the stem, get more of your green mixture. On the side of the brush, press down, then lift up. That way you'll have a thick stem at the top with a thin line at the bottom. With the same color paint, create some shading on the pear by adding paint to the very bottom of the pear, rinsing out your brush, and then with that wet brush, just gently touch against the top edge of where your green paint is. You can use your brush to just blend some of that color out of the bottom area, and then when you're ready, you can add more clear water to your brush by rinsing it out, scraping most of the water out, and then brushing at the top of your new area of where your green paint is. Then use your brush to gently fix any areas where you need to keep blending the paint. You can do the same process to create another area of shading on the upper right hand of the pear. Just add your dark green paint, rinse out your brush, remove most of the water from your brush, and then blend that green paint into the rest of the pear. Repeat the process again by rinsing out your brush, scraping most of the water out, and use your brush to blend the green paint into the rest of the area of the pear. Then just use your brush to fix any areas where you feel like the shading moved around, where you didn't want it to be, and get it just how you want it. And there you have it. You have just made a beautiful loose style watercolor pear. Thank you so much for joining me in creating this painting. I hope that you made something that you love and that you can display in your home or give to a friend. Please let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below, and also let me know if you have any questions or anything else you would like to know about. I would love to hear from you. You can find out more about me at my website, which is joannajenkinsonart.com, or you can connect with me on social media. My username is JoannaJenkinsonArt. I'm so glad you joined me, and I hope to see you next time.